Careful where you step. Might be a twig, might be a snake.
Did that tree just move?
That's one for us.
Leave something alone long enough? Living land. Hands.
Let's go. To your left. Don't die. Not looking good. Not looking good. Next one's mine.
You know, I've heard dueling is popular in the Valian republics. You wouldn't think a public argument could feel as brutal, but I'll be damned if Giada didn't draw blood. Maybe not, but it makes for a spectacle. Living Landers can be contrarian and combative. That's what sends a lot of us here in the first place. But it's still hard to swim against the tide with your own people, especially when it means getting them to face a hard truth.
Agreed.
I'm with you both. And Giada. She knows who she is and what she believes. She's got more clarity and conviction than I had at her age.
She has more clarity than you have now.
Hey, I am a willing victim of my own delusions.
So, what kind of Korba would do something like that?
Hey, don't worry. We're talking about Giada's situation.
Right. Like, what did you think I was talking about?
Anyway, this can't be an easy time for Giada, but I'm glad to have her on our side.
Listen, Kai, I need you to stalk like a cat, not stomp around like a Balrog. Envoy? Well, that was interesting, right? The woman arguing about the crops failing? Standing up for what you believe against authority. I can respect that. Of course, my method would have been run away under the cover of night, never to return, but yeah, this works for her. I don't know. In my experience, it's always the snake you don't see that bites you. Anyway, there's clearly more going on here than a bunch of animancers sitting in dusty labs doing whatever they do all day. Beyond that, nah, I can't help you. Call me when you're back to facing real danger. Right, changing the subject. Ask away. Yes, I did. The less we talk about that, the better. Thank you. Not everyone accepts that some things are best left in the past. Well, I'm one of the very few people who spends most of their time out in the wilds and haven't gotten themselves killed yet. I know the difference between hay-bleed toxin and high-tox bloom, which is something you should be really thankful for. And you know the Balrog and the grinning Balrog? Probably the meanest living thing out in the wilds. Just as soon tear you apart as look at you. I am one of the few who have seen a Balrog and lived. Mostly because I had the brains to run the Dragu out of there. We're gonna get you where you're going, Envoy. Alive and with as few blithe tail bites as possible. That, more or less, is all you need to know about me. Same one you are. What kind of blessed question is that? Oh, huh, I see. I sometimes use Lember without really thinking about it. That's what you mean, right? Oh, does it? Well, obviously that's why I do it. I'm sure you'll pick it up as we travel. It's not that blessed difficult. Right, changing the subject. Ask away. I'll be honest, it has changed a lot since I was last here, which wasn't that long ago. It's always been thick forests and crawling vines, but now it's like the forest has had enough and is ready to wipe us all out. That said, at least it's fertile. And you can still eat most of the vegetation here, though I wouldn't touch the mushrooms, especially the ones that move around on their own. Careful in the western areas of Emerald Stair. Something lives out there, and I don't really care to know what. Most of this is probably old information for you, but you asked. Less urgency for shelter here. You can find shrubs to block the wind or tree cover to protect from rain. There's also plenty of food around too, if you know where to look. Rule of thumb, if it's red, don't eat it. Or if it makes you itch. There's also just about any kind of game you can imagine. Just make sure whatever you catch doesn't have mushrooms growing out of its face. Oh, and be careful when you leave the roads. You never know when that deer you killed was some Delimgon's favorite pet. Right, changing the subject. Not before I've done some reading.
Hey, about earlier. Sorry for going off like that. I haven't talked about Tom in a while. I guess the moment just caught me off guard. First time for everything, huh? It's been years. It was always green and overgrown, but I don't remember it being quite this. Exactly. Something about Emerald Stair has always been unsettling. Everything in the living lands grows wild, but it's different here. Those giant roots, whatever they are, I don't remember them being quite as big or close to the settlement. Maybe. Either way, stay sharp while we're here. And troubling. What was it she said? The steel garrote will ensure the safety of Adiran interests? They aren't going to make you any friends, that's for sure.
That Adiran spy mentioned a steel garrote operation too.
Yeah, he did. Stay sharp. A storm's brewing. And better if we can find it before it finds us. Not a whole lot, and I've been happy keeping it that way. Playing around with essence, poking at souls, trying to move them out of and into places they shouldn't be, it makes me queasy. Though, if we're going to understand the Dream Scourge and your godlike lineage, I suppose we'll have to get comfortable with it. Still, I'm happy to leave those pursuits to other people.
Exactly. Other people. People who are a safe distance away.
Hundreds of years ago, if I remember my history. I can see why your people outlawed it. I've just always felt more comfortable with things I can see and grasp for myself. Then I guess it's better that you're the one with a connection to something in the beyond. My favorite subject. That must have been 6 years ago now. I guess I was drifting, looking for a change. I was living in a settlement called Thirdborn. It's a rugged little place, lots of Rawatayan expatriates. It really was. Anyway, we were talking about something else, yeah? I'm well past seconds myself, if we're counting. Even decent people make mistakes, and the rest of us can grow, with a little time and grace. Even if it weren't, I'd rather be wrong than cynical. Anyway, if this place can't give us misfits and screw-ups a second chance, what hope do we have? You're asking me? I'm not much of a gossip. Okay, who do you want to know about? Okay, but only if you let me turn that question around once I've answered you. The offer stands if you change your mind. Long enough that he's got a good roster of stories about my blunders in the wilds, which he'll remind us of constantly. He's got a soft heart under that gruff exterior. He feels things more deeply than he lets on, so if he burns the stew one evening, maybe don't mention it. Yeah, given everything that comes with being an envoy, I bet that's especially refreshing for you. And don't worry if he starts badgering you. It's his way of showing he cares. Okay, but only if you let me turn that question around once I've answered you. I think you've been trusted with a nearly impossible task. When we first met, I thought that was because you made some powerful enemies back home. But as I've gotten to know you, I think that if anyone can stop the Dream Scourge, it's you. At the end of the day, I'm proud to fight alongside you. And there you have it. Your turn now. I've been accused of only letting my stomach drive me, but thanks. That one means a lot. Sure. What gave it away? My finely pointed teeth, or the striking blue of my scales? Fair enough. My people are known to roam. Almost as much as Marius's more far-flung brethren outside the living lands.
Right. Sounds like Pargrun and elsewhere know better than to stay cooped up in a keep somewhere.
Rauatai's hardly a hospitable environment. Many of us end up settling elsewhere or making a living on the go. That's where you get the popular image of the Amawa bodyguard or mercenary. Then you must have come during our sunny season. Lashed by storms, battered by waves. We call it the rough country. And old trenchers say it's made us who we are. You'd fit. It's true that the same things that make Rauatai a difficult place to live have shaped our people and our kingdom. Our coral masons have built living harbors and fortifications along the coast to protect our ships and shelter our cities. For all our shortage of fertile soil, Rauatai's land is abundant in saltpeter, copper, iron, most of the other materials you need to outfit your military with weapons and cannons. We value struggling and striving together. It helped us survive and build one of the most powerful navies in Aora. You're not wrong. Though, my countrymen would point out that we had to expand to find fertile land to feed our people. And the scattered kingdoms we've absorbed in the process have joined one of the most advanced nations in the world. And that's what I like about the Living Lands, where most civic concerns are about as nuanced as a wall of sharpened stakes. Until recently, anyway. By the way, now that we've gotten to know each other, let me know if you want to train together. I've been watching your form, and I think we could learn from one another. Yeah, I've watched your form as I've gotten to know you, and it's excellent. You're smaller than I am, but I picked up a few tricks from seeing the way you move on the battlefield. I'm happy to return the favor if there's anything I can teach you. I've noticed. That's it. You got the hang of it. I look forward to seeing what you can do when we get back out there tomorrow. In the meantime, get some rest.
The Adra stirs, a crackle of light in a withered field. The bars stifle us. We cannot recall when last we spoke. Hollow faces in a line. What has come of this place? A hand of generosity, or a gauntlet of steel. We feel them. They bend and hone the essence of the earth. They draw from our veins like a well. What are these rituals? A new tongue, an unfamiliar name. The harvest grows, the dead rise. What do they hope to achieve? Lift the shroud from the wheel. They build walls in their hearts. Why do they not share what they make? Adir sleeps across the sea. They are not troubled by the laws of Kith. What do you say? The fire that burns the forest feeds the soil with its ash. We have learned much. Dream of soaring wings in your repose.
We will remain and
I'm glad those sparrowhawks are gone, but I'm not sure these Adiran guards that showed up are any good. Trading one
Whatever a man wins at cards, he's bound to lose it here.
all that awful.
You're the one who took down Thala. You know how to introduce yourself. The gratitude was implied. You're the talk of the town, envoy. Everyone wants to meet you. That depends. How do you feel about why you've been sent here? Then I hope he's thankful to have someone as loyal as you.
Juliana knows enough dirt to run half of Paradise out of town.
He makes me out to be such a gossip. What do you want to know? It doesn't most of the time. The Claviger meant well. It's a shame he couldn't see it through. Your ambassador thinks he's going to make the place respectable. What a coincidence. He isn't mine either. Now, if you've come to avail yourself, I'm sorry. We're closed. I'm out of some supplies that should have been here days ago. I'd hunt them down myself, but I don't have a firm enough hand. I need someone with more authority. Someone, well, someone like you. Come now, a lady has to have some secrets. Do I look like the kind of woman who'd send you to your death?
Do you want me to answer that?
It was rhetorical, but you're sweet. The local strongmen, the Sparrowhawks, got a hold of the shipment. They must have thought it looked valuable. Unfortunately, they were right. You did. Unfortunately for both of us, his lieutenant, Jago, moved in. They don't want to get involved. I don't blame them. But after Thala, I'd say you're already in the thick of it. That's the spirit. Go to the docks. Their lieutenant runs one of the warehouses there. He'll probably keep it close. I leave that up to you. Just don't mention I hired you. I have a reputation to maintain.
Nobody stands above the judgment of the queen that was, nor the afterwards.
We will remember.
Look alive, boys.
Watch where you're going.
Well, if you're looking for Thala, he's dead. And if you're not, you can shove off. We got nothing for adherence here.
Jago, don't you ever get tired of offending people?
I've got diplomacy for you. It's called my foot to your face. Time was, people in Paradise used to have principles. Principles like, get what's mine and keep yourself to yourself. Then you came and memories got short about that sort of thing. But the Sparrowhawks, we remember. We're doing a sight better than you. The Emperor's favourite envoy. Killed as soon as she shows up. Not your finest hour. Is that so? What are you playing at?
Careful, don't give away all your tricks.
Keep your voice down. I haven't got it. Nosy, aren't we? All right, listen close. I'm not gonna repeat myself. The day I got it, I saw Ludwig's men sniffing round the docks. Now, they didn't cross my path, but I don't believe in coincidences. That shipment is cursed, and dealing with you numbskulls is one thing. But to go out, that's another. Yeah, you could. Or you could turn me in. I'm not sure I like my odds.
This isn't just about you. Do you want to put your whole crew at risk?
Ah, shit. Yeah, I had a feeling it'd come to this one of these days. Better a crooked adherent than Ludwig wearing my skin. Take it. Go straight to the bathhouse. And don't let anyone follow you. If this makes it back to me... Go on. I'm sick of looking at you.
When Wodika takes back her throne, all transgressions and injustices will come to light. None will be
At least Ventre Bardato won't be coming around this week.
Any sign of my shipment?
He bores me to death, that's all. He knows Ambassador Heelguard, so we can't throw him out either.
You did? And I thought I could talk my way out of anything.
Makes you appreciate why the Empire sent her here.
Please, tell me more about Audrey Charters.
You're going to stop talking right now if you know what's good for you.
Careful. This shipment was smuggled for a reason.
Don't give me that. You didn't care until the birth rate started to drop.
And Paradis still isn't part of Adir, last I checked.
I'm the only one left for the people of Paradis to turn to. It took you this long to realize that? You're more naive than I thought. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I'm no fool. I know what happens when the Steel Garrote comes to town. I saw them drag my mother off back home. One more midwife for their cause. I am not going to lie down and let you do the same to me. Are you serious? If I don't go out often, you're right. They shouldn't suspect. It was right there all along. And Gods, maybe I am a fool. Thank you, Envoy. You've done me a favor I won't forget. Come back anytime. I'll leave the light on for you.
Good on you, Envoy. If only more of your countrymen were as reasonable.
I'll be fine, but I'll remember that offer. You know, for a friend.
Okay,
can't stop worrying about the dream sketch. What if it happens to us?
Ignore that. It's just a rumor.
What if it's not? What do we do?
We'll close again. It's as simple as that. No one in town is cleaner than us. We've got.
I'm thinking more about that Sparrowhawk graffiti.
Keep it safe.
Maybe we could get some painters together to do some murals around the district.
Like the one on the mermaid's den? That sounds lovely. Maybe something in sky blue?
Oh, yes, I like the way you think.
It's a damn shame what happened to the Claviger. The Claviger took good care of us. Always paid on time.
Good. You made it back.
I knew you'd be back.
I
Listen, I wanted to talk to you about Juliana. I know you're not asking my opinion, but for what it's worth, I appreciate you understanding her situation. I couldn't agree with you more. Out here, you've got to live and let live. Principles are one thing, but you can't let them get in the way of basic decency. I wish more of your countrymen took that view. Enjoy the ocean breeze while we're here.
I'd offer to shake your hand, but I've been elbow deep in Beatrice all day. Oh, don't you worry. She's been dead a while. As you can see, this is my reanimated corpse farm.
We can smell it, too.
I'm trying to demonstrate the value of undead labor. But of course, nothing is ever that simple. They get 3 meals a day and a comfortable home. What more could they ask for?
I mean, miners in Solace don't have it that good.
Now, Beatrice, she's being a real problem, if you can believe it. Would you be a dear and reach into her guts? Feel around for anything that doesn't belong. Giatta Castel wants my professional opinion. What an honor. I have a few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town? That's our governor for you. Self-righteous even in his own ignorance. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dream Scourge. But first, I need some help around the farm. I'm up to my ears in chores around here, and the Revenants can only do so much. They can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo. Yes, quickly and mercifully if you can. Silvo is one of my Revenants. My oldest, my favorite, and the pride of my flock. Someone needs to put a poor fellow out to pasture. And I just don't have the heart to do it myself.
Well, it's already dead. That's the hard part done right there.
When a Revenant goes bad, there's only one option. Final death. And poor Silvo's time has come. Thank you for understanding. You can find Silvo in the barn. He's blocked the door somehow, but the window should be open. Just be gentle with him. He's a good boy.
Those are no ordinary farmhands.
I was just getting warmed up.
I saw you reach into Beatrice. Find anything interesting? Aha! So the Blight got into my Revenant and interfered with her raising. That confirms one of my theories. Not only is the Dream Scourge affecting our farms, it's disrupting animancy, unraveling our work. Sounds like I have more research ahead of me, but at least now I have a sense of direction. Thank you for getting your hands dirty on my behalf, godlike. You're a natural. Poor Silvo. He was a bright young Revenant, but a very old man. Thank you for giving him peace. So, the Dream Scourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the living lands. The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dream Scourge. They have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen. It's possible, but we don't share research if we can avoid it. That's one of the reasons I moved out here. The other reason being my corpses. They don't enjoy living behind walls, if you can call it living. Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say. Well, I'm happy to give her some good news for a change. You and Giat are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock.
Oh, and thank you for the nightmare fuel. I really have been sleeping entirely too well lately.
I'm remembering why people find this place unsettling.
The great mystery is... Yvette, look what I found! A genuine godlike.
Oh my gods, Remy, it's finally happening.
Do you think they can hear us?
Let's find out. Hello, me, Yvette. You friend? Remy, take a note. The endangered godlike's vacant gaze betrays an unquenchable thirst for violence. We heard that Giada partnered up with an outsider, but I had no idea you were a godlike. Fascinating.
It's just that we've never met a godlike before. This is a big day for us.
Giata must have sent you to be our test subject. She knows how we adore your kind. Satisfy our curiosity and we'll give you everything Giata needs to finish her research. Deal? We want to know about the godlike, of course. You're the first one we've encountered in the wild.
Let's begin the examination. If you could choose, who or what would you be in your next life? Next time you go round the wheel, you might not get so lucky.
Who wouldn't? My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains, you were touched by the gods. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us? Weren't you?
Oh, I thought of another. We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on leaving a legacy after you're gone? Well, there's no reason to be rude. I think that covers everything.
Thank you for that brilliant insight, godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
So, Giada wants to know all about the Dream Scourge, yes? Such has been her research of late. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
There's no cure for the Dream Scourge, much in the way that there's no cure for an avalanche.
Giada will be interested to learn that the Dream Scourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it has to be studied in the wild. Our machines and experiments would meddle with it too much.
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dream Scourge, a Pillar of Adra would be a good place to start.
Ah, of course. The idea is a bit high-minded. Adra acts like a pathway for souls as they rejoin the wheel.
And the Dream Scourge is a plague of the soul, is it not?
So, just as Adra channels essence, so too may it provide a key to discovering more about the Dream Scourge. An entity, you say? If this entity is your patron, that's all perfectly natural. But if it's something else, with enough essence and a capable animancer, perhaps you could trace this tether back to its source.
Right, and with a little fresh sake, you can follow an ogre back to its lair. Still wouldn't recommend it.
Just be careful that your tether doesn't snap back and kill you in the process.
Now that we've researched the mind of a godlike, the next step is anatomy. But we've taken enough of your time. Farewell. Did you hear?
Hurry.
Well, if it isn't my favorite godlike.
First, my wife runs off to Paradise, and now this. Not one for talking right now. On top of everything else going on, now I can't get this blasted equipment to work. These bones are too old and tired for that. Besides, I don't want to make the problem worse. Maybe you could take a closer look for me.
Watch yourself. Take your best shot. You're right.
Hello, my friend. Still having trouble with this old equipment? Oh, sure, thanks. I hope you can find something I didn't.
go. I have the... Make way! Keep quiet. Arms up! This one's mine. One moment. Another win, but who's counting?
Who's there? Somebody has. Anybody there?
Point for you!
Can anyone hear me?
Is that all you got?
Quit moving!
Next one's mine.
Keep going! I'm down here!
Show me what you got! Ice right!
Oh, finally a rescuer. I was beginning to lose my voice. I'm not dead yet. Just too tired to climb up. Oh, 1 minute. I'm engrossed in my research. The next thing I know, whoop, my workshop is in this damn pit. Absolutely not. Look at these ruins. I've been living on top of a death trap. Quilici warned Vidaro that the roots would swallow the soil. As usual, nobody listened to him. So, here we are. We've never had plants like these. I'm no botanist, but even I can tell that something's not right. Ah, nonsense! I can't go yet. My notes are down here somewhere. They contain priceless data on the wildlife around Fjord. Now, stop treating me like a bag of bones and listen for a minute. As soon as I dug them out, a gang of sporlings ran off with them. I can heave myself topside in time, but I'm in no shape to fight. If it makes you feel better, fine. They ran into the ruins. Now hurry. I can't have a sporling eating my life's work. For all I know, they could be halfway to Nakutadek by now.
Ready, aim.
You're alive? I mean, you're back. Ah, did you find my notes? Ah, yes. The cover's a little worse for wear, but the notes are intact. My findings on squirrel essence are going to change everything. Everything! I always found squirrel meat gamey myself, but their brains. As everyone knows, squirrel brains grow and shrink in accordance with the nut season. So I thought, what if a squirrel's soul shrinks too? Huh? I propose that the size of our soul corresponds to our brain mass. If it weren't for this sinkhole, I would have already submitted it. I can't imagine any of my specimens are still intact, and I'll have to find somewhere to sleep. But I've got my notes. I can try again. Take this. Buy yourself something nice. It's the least I can do.
What just happened? I heard something about a squirrel.
Unseen, unknown.
Nothing like a win with a good team. This one's mine. Take him down. One moment. My turn. Right. Hold on. You're not looking good.
That all you have?
That's all of them.
Come and get me. Out of the way! On your left. To your left. Good.
Isoksogu!
Right behind you.
On your right. so good.
Watch yourselves.
Oh, no, you don't.
I think we've lost him. Maybe we don't go inside the ancient creepy tower. Just a thought?
Look left. On your right. Here we go. Take him down.
Enough of my kin have fallen this day. This ends now.
Coming from your right. Here I go.
Quiet, them dude.
One for you.
One moment. It's like nature's shaping these ruins into something. Like a shrine, but for who?
You may approach. Enough of my kin have fallen this day. This ends.
Here we go! Take him down. Coming for the right!
You take lead.
Watch the left!
Enough of my kin have fallen. This ends.
Let's go. Oh, no. Look to your left. Look left. Thanks. Right leg. Unhook. Next one's mine. Here I go.
Quiet as the depths.
Right with you. Good friend. You left. Left leg. Try. Heal yourself. Coming from the rear. Not looking so good. Thanks.
that all you got? The trail goes through the ravine and into the glade. Careful where you step. Didn't stand a chance.
They should thank us.